Welcome to What You Should Watch with That Nerd Show. I'm Marcus Blake, and joining with me today is the lovely Julie Jones
Hello, hello.
and Miss Allison Costa.
Hi, how's it going?
So this is a brand new segment that we've got going on. We're going to do reviews on TV series and streaming content, things that we think you should check out, why they're good, why they're bad, should you waste your time, even during a pandemic, we're going to let you know. And we're going to start with Warrior Nun, a new series on Netflix. Season 1 debuted a couple months ago. And I'm sure there's still quite a few people wondering, should we check this out? It looks interesting, but I don't know. So we're going to let you know what we thought of it and whether you should watch it or not. I'm going to be the first to say that Warrior Nun was, it was all right. I kind of enjoyed it. But my biggest complaint is I feel like they could have wrapped that entire storyline up in like 6 episodes and not 10. It kind of dragged for me. But I really love the martial arts sword swinging, girls who were just all badasses. So anyway, Allison, I know you were the latest one to finish this series. I'm going to start with you. What's your first take on Warrior Nun?
Okay, so probably I would not have even watched the series had you not suggested it. Well, told me that you were watching it, and I thought, it came up, I saw it pop up, and I was like, yeah, that's not for me. But then you said you were watching it, and I thought, well, maybe we'll check it out. So for me, I agree. I feel like it took a lot longer to get to the action than I would have liked. Like, there was, like, some fighting in each of the episodes, but, like, the actual climax of getting to like where the story was going, there's a couple episodes and the main character, there's times I really like her and there's times she really annoys me. Like, she's kind of a whiny brat a lot of the times, which the only person I can compare her to, and I think I mentioned this to you, was it reminded me a little bit of the early days of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. It's kind of where I got the contrast between this kind of gimmicky character, this younger girl who doesn't really know what she's doing with her powers, and then fighting against the church, with the demon aspect and all that kind of stuff. So I did like it. Like, I'm kind of curious to see where they go with season 2. I wasn't super surprised. I'm not going to throw any spoilers in here, but I wasn't super. Is it okay to spoilers?
They're spoilers. Yes.
Okay.
Father Vincent is a traitor. We'll go ahead.
So that wasn't super surprising to me. Like, the twist coming, otherwise it would have just been way too generic. Like, the twist coming, the bad guy being different than who you thought it was. I will say that I did not really see the whole Adriel being alive thing. I didn't see that. Like, I knew, Father Vincent, I wasn't sure what she'd find, blah, blah, and the end part, but I didn't see that twist. And I'm not sure how I feel about it because I'm still not quite sure what his background is. It seems like half the Wraiths fight for him, but the other guys fight against him. Like, we're still not sure of his origins, which is where I think they're going to explore in season 2. But I mean, I like it, especially if you're like, I want some fighting. It's late at night, whatever. I feel like if you want to check it out, I definitely feel like you could fast forward through some stuff and still be okay. I'm not sure what the romance plot was doing in there because it was like a big part of the first half and then, just kidding, you're gone and never. Like, are they going to bring him back? I don't know. So it was a little choppier than I would like. But if they can develop her to not be so irritating, it could end up. I mean, I loved Buffy the Vampire Slayer back in the day. So she's
it's noted that Sarah Michelle Gellar was bubbly and cute.
Yeah.
And Ava is just kind of annoying. And I think she does grow on you. But I figured you needed one. You could have one episode where, hey, I can walk again, and I'm going for life and romance and make out with a cute boy. That's one episode. You don't need 3 or 4 to explore that.
It stretched on a bit too long and got like too intense for then nothing to just be passed off. Like, her life was like consumed by him for a few episodes. Then it was like, just kidding, never see you again. Like, it was just kind of.
It's kind of like Smallville, where half of it's really good when you're dealing with the Superman mythology, and the other half is really crappy because it's that BS, where you're just like, I don't care. This has nothing to do with Superman.
The story, exactly.
We know which woman he picks. Give it a rest. So
I did feel like there was a couple episodes that I really liked, right? Like, there's a couple episodes I really like. I'm forgetting her name. The one that uses the shotgun on Mary. Is it Mary?
Yes, Shotgun Mary.
I do like Shotgun Mary. I feel like she kind of adds a twist to things. And the episode where they go visit that small town and see how it was affected by the demons and all that kind of stuff, and she kind of gives her a deeper purpose. Like, I do like them, and their banter is funny because they just rip into each other all the time. So that was a good episode. I feel like they had a couple really good episodes and then a couple just crappy ones. So yeah.
Again, it comes back to, and I think if you made the writing a little bit more concise and narrow it down to 6 or 8 episodes, you wouldn't have dragged on so much, and you wouldn't have had these kind of episodes that you felt like, were bad. Although I do really love Shotgun Mary. Also, I feel like that's the name of a Motown song, which would be awesome. So, Julie, I know you watched it, and you and I were texting about it. What is your take on Boy or None?
I really liked the lore behind it. I really liked, kind of, I guess maybe a little bit of the backstory of what was going on with the halos and things like that. And I really did like the action, even though I agree there wasn't very much of it, and they kind of spread it out through each of the episodes, which is kind of good, but I feel like they could have done, a little bit bigger fight scenes. Other than that, I felt like it really just kind of was drawn out. I agree that she really felt like an annoying kid more than a hero, and I get the whole like, oh, I couldn't walk and now I want to live my life, but it just got kind of annoying at a point, and I definitely agree it could have been 8 episodes instead of 10.
So we all love Stranger Things. I'm going to make a comparison. Do you remember, what was it? Is it season 2 or 3 where there's that one terrible episode where Eleven goes off and hangs out with these street kids and does...
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It's like literally the episode that we don't need. It's just annoying because it's like, I'm going to be a hooligan and be like I'm in Ocean's 11, and we're just going to throw that in there. That's kind of how I felt about the first half of Boy or None with her. It's like, I agree with you. The lore is fantastic. Okay,
Yeah.
You've nailed it there. But in trying to tell the backstory of this person, do we really need so many episodes to tell that backstory? Okay.
And actually, the lore was what hooked me. When I was watching it at first, I was like, oh, this is really interesting. It's so different, and it seems really cool. What is this all about? And then once they explained it and it was done, it was like, why am I watching the show anymore?
Well, and I don't like that it took her so long to, like, I mean, every hero, when they first start being a hero, it takes them a little bit to embrace this new role, right? Mm-hmm. I feel like it took her way too long to embrace it. And then I thought, well, okay, they're going to show why the Halo chose her. The whole thing was like, there has to be a reason, like why the Halo didn't reject her, all this kind of, and like, I never really got that. I never really got the, like, oh, this is what's so great about her. That moment where you really see her as the hero. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like she's still, even towards the end, is kind of stumbling through everybody. Now, who I like is the one, oh, dang it, I'm just bad about names. The one sister that in the beginning that's telling her whole story that, like, that she's just a total, I mean, she's just an awesome fighter. She's super disciplined. What is her name? Not Sister Mary. Not Lilith, but the other one.
You talking about Sister Beatrice?
Beatrice. I think it's Beatrice. Now, she's the one that I really like, that I feel like her character, you could see her as a hero, right? But even, even up until the last moment, I don't really ever remember a time where I was like, oh, okay, that's why the Halo chose her. That's why I didn't reject her. And this is why she's going to be the hero. Does that make sense? Like, she just never really, like, stepped into the role fully for me.
Yeah. And again, I get that, and I think I'm trying to look up everything on IMDb. I think we're off on the names. I think it is actually Lilith. She was the one that was supposed to have it, and then
not her. Not her. Not Lilith. I know who Lilith is. Not the one that gets sent to hell and back. The other one that helps her tell her about her backstory, that she went to like a Catholic school, was really disciplined and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, okay. Then I guess it is Beatrice.
Yeah, it's Beatrice.
No, I don't disagree with that. Again, and it goes into, helping to establish your lore. But sometimes we just take too long getting to that point. Mm-hmm. And I want to know, now that you set all this up, obviously you can do a few seasons with this. Okay, now that you've established your lore, you've established these characters, who's good and who's bad. Even though it wasn't really that surprising that Father Vincent, turned out to be kind of a traitor. What'll be interesting is we always expect when Cardinal Duretti, who becomes the new pope, we expect that the actor is Joaquin de Alameda, great, wonderful Spanish actor, but he always plays bad guys. We expect him to be a bad guy because he's so good at it. And so I'm wondering if that's their big twist of, oh, by the way, he became Pope. He's really not that bad. Like he'll be the Severus Snape of the series where you hate him all along. And he turns out
I wouldn't bet on it.
No bets on that.
No bets on that.
But anyway, so we'll talk about how we grade this Warrior Nun, where we come down 1 through 10. Allison, what kind of a grade would you give this series?
It's the first season, so I hate to be harsh on very first seasons because they do sometimes want to set things up. I'd probably give it a 6. Like I said, if it's late at night, there's nothing else to watch, you're scrolling, like I was up, I watched the whole series when I was like up nursing the baby at like 1 a.m. So it's good for that. But like, it's not something that I would probably watch early. So probably a 6. I would give it a 6.
Are you gonna watch season 2 if it gets a season 2?
I'll start season 2 only because I'm curious what happens to Mary. I want to see what Adriel's backstory is, and I want to see if she, the actress that plays the main role, if they could change her a little bit, like if she could have this moment where she just grows the hell up. I don't know, just changes a little bit. Like she could. I think she has potential that she could be better. So
right.
Yeah, I'll probably watch. Now, if the first few episodes suck, I won't finish it, but I'll probably give it a shot.
Fair enough. Julie, how do you grade this?
I'll agree with 6. 6 is good.
Okay. Will you watch season 2?
Maybe. It depends on when it comes out and what I've got going on. And if I have a big enough bottle of wine, maybe I will.
Nice. It's going to take there you go, Julie Joe. It'll take a full bottle of wine to get through the next season.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm not going to give it a 6. I got to bump it up because we can't be talking about Warrior Nun and then have our 3 grades be 666. I feel like that's just bad luck. So I will give it a 7 and just say it's okay. It's not the best series on Netflix. The action scenes are incredible. And the girls, like I said, are badasses. But yes, you could have done this in 6 or 8 episodes. It didn't need to be 10. And I think either you've got to tell more of a backstory and have more going on if you're going to do 10 episodes in season 2, or you just need to cut out a couple of episodes. Give you a great example. The Witcher was perfect in 8 episodes.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it was.
Yeah, and not just for Henry Cavill, but,
And not just the bathtub scene. It's not just that.
For Jennifer, too. But
yeah.
Anyway, I will check out season 2 personally, but it's one of those things I'll throw up in the background while I'm working just to check it out.
You will throw up in the background while you're working.
My words were but I'm like you. If it doesn't grab me in the first few episodes, I'm done.
Yeah.
I give it one more season. If you can't make it more interesting than what you've already done, or make it better, done. There's no reason to do this, and it should be axed at Netflix. So, but we'll see. So there you go. 2 6s and a 7. So it's kind of in the middle, adequate to okay. It's not on the level of The Witcher or Stranger Things, which I think we can all agree Stranger Things is the greatest show on Netflix. Pardon the interruption while you watch this fantastic video by That Nerd Show. But we wanted to remind you that when you're done, go to mynerdswag.com and check out all the cool swag that we sell to help support this great news outlet. Yeah, if you like funny gaming or pop culture retro t-shirts, we have them. If you want to fantastic nerd bracelet, show your love as a nerd, we have that. We are also the home of the Baby Yoda t-shirt. That's right, we got a Baby Yoda t-shirt that you can buy and help support that nerd show. So when you're done, go to mynerdswag.com, check it out, help support the show and keep the lights on. Every purchase helps.